Hi, my name's Don Robinson, and this is my Deep Wreck Diver channel. I get loads of comments on my videos from people amazed at the quality of some of the dives that I'm fortunate enough to do. So I thought I'd put something together that explains why I think Plymouth is the best location in the UK, and arguably the world, for deep technical wreck diving. So, one of the great things about Plymouth is how much diving we've got at a really good depth for a technical diver. So for me, obviously you can dive deeper than 100 metres, but you don't get very much bottom time. If you dive shallower than 60, arguably not really a technical dive, in my view. So that sweet spot of 60 to 100 metres is kind of where you want to be. Now, if you look at this image here, you can see down the bottom, that shows the depth in the English Channel, and the bit at the top shows, where it is. So basically, you can see that kind of green to darkish blue is where we want to be. And out of Plymouth, there is just a whole load of it. So, of course, it's not just the depth that you're interested in. It's also what you're going to go and dive. Now, the name of this channel, Deep Wreck Diver. Yeah, no surprise. I'm interested in the wrecks. And the great thing is about the English Channel is that 2 world wars and a whole hundreds of years of shipping colliding into each other and sinking in storms and everything has just given us a ton of diving. Now, this is the chart with Plymouth right in the top in the centre there. And you can see I kind of zooming out there. Now, the thing I'd just like you to focus on is each of these red dots or red wreck symbols on the chart. Every one of those is a mark, and the vast majority of them are wrecks. And that is probably out to about 40 or 50 miles of Plymouth. You can see there is an awful lot of them. Now, most of them, particularly the further ones out, may never have been dived. Some of them will only have been dived once and possibly a long time ago, which just makes for a great opportunity to go and do loads of exploration and finding new stuff. If I tell you that in the last 4 or 5 years, I've been on dives where maybe 20, possibly even more, 25 wrecks have been identified out of Plymouth, just gives you a feel for how much exploration there is still to be done. So obviously, it's not just about the wrecks, it's not just about the depth, it's not just about the exploration. There's other things that we need to factor in as well. So I'm going to chuck in the visibility. Now, the visibility in Plymouth, not as great as, say, somewhere like Malin. Obviously not as great as somewhere, really warm, tropics, maybe Bikini or Truck or somewhere like that. But on its day, it can still be pretty epic. You can get 20 or 25, maybe even 30 metres visibility on a great day. So this is good. What about the water temperature? I can hear loads of people out there, those of you who dive in the tropics or the Mediterranean, and you're all going, well, it's rubbish, isn't it? English Channel, it's going to be freezing cold. Well, of course, certainly colder than it is in some of the places I mentioned. But once again, height of summer, late summer, we'll get 17, maybe 18 on the deco stops. So that's entirely reasonable. It's not like the Baltic, which is literally Baltic, or, some of the kind of northern parts of Canada or places like that. So not really warm, but certainly warm enough that you don't need to take extreme precautions to avoid the cold. So depth is good, lots of wrecks, warmth is kind of okay, visibility can be outstanding on its day. What else do we need to think about? Well, the key thing for technical diving, especially in tidal waters, is you need the boats to do it. And we are absolutely blessed out of Plymouth. We've got several really good operators who are, really switched on for doing this kind of stuff and are used to doing it. So the support is there on the surface. There's also other things as well, gas logistics. So no problems at all getting helium and trimix and oxygen and nitrox, softener lime, kit repaired, all those kind of stuff readily available in Plymouth. We've got a whole ton of dive shops and dive providers. So that's awesome as well. What else? Well, I guess marine life, English Channel, absolutely chocker with it. So loads of fish on all the wrecks. Loads, if you're into sort of pink sea fans and all that kind of stuff. So loads of kind of cold water corals. And of course, increasingly, we are starting to see a whole load of dolphins and tuna in the waters. So lots and lots of marine life for those of you who like that kind of thing. And I guess on the subject of life, The other thing, of course, to remember is Plymouth is clearly one of the nightlife hotspots of the United Kingdom. You want a good night? Union Street, well, not quite what it once was, but the Barbican is still a very, very lively place. And of course, we have the very famous Dolphin Hotel, legendary drinking establishment. And that's always very welcoming to divers, and in fact, anybody else. And of course, another organisation that's always very welcoming to divers is the Diving Diseases Research Centre up in Derriford in Plymouth, which is one of the leading recompression chambers in the world, pioneered a whole load of treatments, and therefore, if something does go wrong, you know you're in good hands. So there you go. That's me making a case for Plymouth. We've got it all. If you're interested, let us know. If you disagree and you think that somewhere rubbish like Truck or Bikini or somewhere on the west coast or the east coast of America, Caribbean, Mediterranean, Egypt, whatever it is, then please, I look forward to you making your case in the comments. Okay, thanks a lot, and I look forward to seeing you next time.